Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to unbox our most recent eBay purchase. I've already got it cut open here, so we didn't waste any time with that little detail. I will include the seller's profile from the listing. Although they are not a seller that specializes in vintage lighters or even lighters in general, they do, at least judging from their recently sold listings, they do occasionally have a lighter that they sell, and also deal in a lot of similar small type items, other kinds of tobacconiana, pipes, that kind of thing. But other smalls like watches, pens, camera lenses, things that you run into when you're buying big groups of vintage items. So for our viewers, that could come in handy to know that that particular seller is someone that you can trust to package your vintage. Well, in my case, it's pretty much always going to be a petrol lighter, but for some of you, you may buy butane lighters. So we'll just say old lighters, whatever it is that you may purchase from them. As you can see, they did a really good job. Not only was this single lighter, which I actually paid the most that I've ever paid for any of the vintage Penguin Cygnus petrol lighters that are in my personal collection. But once again, they really have outdone themselves on the packaging. So it was bubble wrapped, and then tissue paper inside of the bubble wrap, and all that inside of a box. And I guess I just now realized that I was actually giving away part of what I was unboxing here when I said my vintage Penguin Cygnus petrol lighter collection. So there it is, and it looks every bit as good here in the viewfinder as it did in the listing. Very nice condition. Base is marked really evidently Penguin Cygnus, patent 364149, and then Japan up there on the top at kind of an angle. This is for the White Horse Cellar, established 1742, and I believe this is a Scotch brand, Scotch whiskey. There is the distinctive Penguin Cygnus thumb roller flint tension mechanism system. And you have probably noticed by now, which I did when the lighter was portrayed in the pictures, that the screw is not screwed down. So I don't know if this is stripped. The lighter is used. You can definitely see that that wick has some singeing. It's not in terribly bad shape though, as far as the carbon and all the fouling around the chimney or ignition area here. So pretty good condition considering that wick is as low into the chimney and as singed up as it is. But anyway, that doesn't turn me off from it any. I just hope that I am not now going to be in the market for another replacement gold tone thumb roller pin. And we shall see. If I am, then it's probably, I'm guessing, going to be because this is stripped or somehow otherwise mangled. But it does still have both sides, both ears that form the standard screwdriver slot there. So that will be for another video. But very nice. Does have some cleaning up to do, hopefully screwing this back down. Well, as long as this is not screwed down, we might as well remove it and see if the flint, okay, so you can see the flint spring follower. So everything is copacetic there. And hopefully grab a precision screwdriver and get that screwed right down. The flint spring carriage comes out of there just fine and seems to feed back in there just fine. So we'll get a flint installed. Hopefully we can pull that wick up. If not, then we may have to replace the wick. Definitely going to have to see to the thumb roller pin there. Very clean inside the tank. And we do have a spare flint compartment here on the fuel screw. And it is clear of any degraded flint, which is awesome. No work to do as far as that's concerned. So stay tuned for the next video. Hopefully all we will have to do is tug that wick up a little bit, screw the file roller pin down and fuel it up, and we should have another working member of the Penguin Cygnus petrol lighter collection. That other than the sentimental lighters I have and the few Zippos that I've collected, it's really what I specialize in as a vintage lighter collector. And I definitely paid more for this one than I have any of the others. And one of the very few that I bought as individual lighters, not in bigger groups, where I was then able to turn around and make a profit and basically pay nothing for the lighter that I added to my collection. So this is definitely the collecting bug shining through right here. But for what this lighter's worth, I didn't overpay for it. I didn't grossly underpay for it either, but I did not overpay for it for sure. Until next time.